Classic All-Star Wrestling, featuring the greatest matches of the 50s, 60s, 70s, and 80s. And now, here is your host, Adam Parsons.
Hello again, wrestling fans. I'm Adam Parsons. Welcome to another great action-packed week of classic all-star wrestling. You're looking at a lot of new changes here happening in the show. Thank you for supporting us. We've got another great week right here. We start out hot in an unusual match. It's Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert, and he's taking on Jerry Oats from Columbus, Georgia. You won't recognize this arena if I don't tell you, but it's coming to you from the Omni. Bet you didn't think you'd ever see a match from the Omni right here on Classic All-Star Wrestling. At this time, Georgia Championship Wrestling and the Memphis office were collaborating together, intermixing talent. That's why Eddie Gilbert is here on this episode in the Omni against Jerry Oats. And don't forget, huge main event this week. It's Bruiser Brody, and he's taking on none other than Wahoo McDaniels. So we've got a lot of great action right here. Only one place to get it, Classic All-Star Wrestling. And don't forget, as always, you can follow us on Facebook. Again, fans, I'm Adam Parsons. Let's go to the ring and watch this great classic match. Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert against Jerry Oats.
Here we go, bell time on the Omni in Atlanta, Georgia. Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert with manager Jimmy Hart at ringside against Columbus, Georgia's Jerry Oats. Referee is Brody McGowan. I'm Randy Hills at ringside with the company. Jerry Oats, wrestling family. His brother, of course, is Ditto. Eddie Gilbert, second generation wrestler. His father is Tommy Gilbert. Oats with a 3-pound weight advantage slips into a side headlock on Gilbert. Eddie Gilbert was first appearing at the Omni against one of the very popular wrestlers in Atlanta. So, get into the ropes, the shoulders back, Gilbert goes down. Just one takedown, and Jerry Oats heads up with a headlock, and he got a count of one. Again, Gilbert with his shoulders up. A one-fall, 20-minute time limit match. Jerry Oats. I can tell you, 100% the favorite. This Gilbert is a green, long tie. Managed by Jimmy Hart. Another shoulders back. Gilbert down, and a crushing frog by Gilbert. Jerry Oats picks him up, slams him down to a canvas, a full body slam. This one takes down again, and Jerry Oats gets the count of two. Almost a count of three. Jimmy Hart complaining with the referee coming a little too fast. Gilbert having his trouble the first 2 minutes of this action. Gilbert, not the biggest wrestler you've ever seen, but a wrestler with a tremendous reputation. Former international heavyweight champion. Former co-holder of the Southern Tag Team title. Back against the turnbuckle. Referee calls for a break. Gilbert fires. Two right fists to the midsection. Another one. Reversal by Jerry Oats. Gets Gilbert in. Back body drop. Goes through the Oats. Jumps in. Another hip lock takedown. And another count of two, and he almost had it. Jerry Oats looking very, very good in this match. We are surprised. Hart being pretty quiet. Jimmy, no, bothering the referee and won't let anybody around. Hart called about the South. His pride and joy is in the ring now. And Eddie's not doing so well. Continues to hold the side headlock. And in the ring. Now Gilbert Backing him against the rope. The referee calls for a break. Let's see if he gets a clean one. Gilbert sends him in. Down he goes. Drives the knee hard to the midsection. This is really about the first offense Eddie Gilbert has had in this match. Another right hand by Gilbert. Picks him up. Gilbert would use anything, win it all long, philosophy. But Jerry Oats will fight fire with fire, even though he's in trouble right now. Gilbert, a good wrestler. We never said he wasn't. He goes back to the basic and down. Pulls the air with an extra leverage to take him down to the canvas. The referee checked it. Gilbert, of course, denied him. Gilbert, good at hiding things. So long. On every trick in the book. Watch him now as once again he takes Curio down. We are 5 minutes officially in this match. 15 minutes remaining in the time limit. I've noticed watching every match. A whole lot in there. I'm seeing it right now. Good lock on Jerry O. What a good reversal by Jerry. Gilbert comes back, puts Oats down to the canvas and drops the cross on him. Hard the arm again. Hands him up. Hammers it. Sends him into the turnbuckle in the Omni. Gilbert continues to work on that left arm. Trying to wear him down, so maybe we could get a mention out of it, or maybe a pin. We've never known of Jerry Oats to give up early. Easy, that's for a fact. Oh, fires back with the right hand to the midsection. By Jerry Oats, puts Gilbert down, and now Jerry Oats making a return to this match. Oh, now presenting his fight fire with fire, improves it with a fist to the face. Now throws him across the ring with a hook toss. The bad two counts. He's had several two counts in this match. Gilbert has yet to try a pin. Right face off. A reversal, good move by Gilbert. No doubt about it. Fires him in. Sunset flip, could be it hard, too. No. Count of two, all he can hit. Gilbert cautious there. Almost another count of three. A super move. This is Jerry Oats can wrestle. Oats. Gilbert back against the turnbuckle. The referee calling her crazy. Watch Gilbert. Gilbert. Very quick. Watch him in the corner. Oh, drives the knee. Comes to the back of the head. Power forearm smash. Big elbow. Here we go. Goes for a pin again. Another count of two. And a rear face lock. Reversal by Gilbert with the hammerlock. It's been a rough match, but a good wrestling match. Both wrestlers know their holds and moves. Here's the crowd here in the Omni, picking up the chant. Go, Jerry, go. Hart. Oh, final down a little bit. Two. This time it was Gilbert with the count of two. Eddie. Once again. He goes back to the hammerlock. Oh, sends him into the corner. Fine counter move. positioning. Once again, Jerry Oats fires away and then Gilbert all over him. A big knee by Jerry Oats. Oh, another punch. Jimmy Hart deflected out. Gilbert drives his knee to the back. Holds him up. Count of 1, 2, a count of 3. Gilbert holding the tie. 9 minutes and 16 seconds to time. Touchdown, Eddie Gilbert with the help of Jimmy Hart to victory. We have more Jimmy Wrestling action coming up. Be back with us.
Well, fans, there you saw it. Great classic match from the Omni, Eddie Gilbert and Jerry Oats. And now we go to that big main event I was telling you about. It's the $1 Million Man, Bruiser Brody. He's taking on Chief Wahoo McDaniels from Texas All-Star Wrestling. It's a little bit of a feud happening right here, and I just want to bring up the point of how wrestling used to be versus the way it is now. You're getting to see right here in the main event two guys that had NFL careers. Bruiser Brody with the Washington Redskins. Before that, played in the Continental Football League. Wahoo McDaniels played the American Football League. Then played for 2 teams in the NFL. He was the very first AFL championship team. Len Dawson, Kansas City Chief, great quarterback, said the hardest he was ever hit was by Wahoo McDaniel. And you're looking at world-class athletes. Today, you get to see guys in trunks that look like they should be working at GameStop. So it's a little bit of a different scenario. Wrestling taking a lot more serious, and I'm sure that's why you're watching it, because you love great professional wrestling. So fans, let's go take a look at this great main event. Bruiser Brody against Wahoo McDaniels. And don't forget to come back next week, because we've got all the stars of the 1950s, 60s, 70s, 80s, and the 90s. Next week's main event, Stan the Man Stasiak, the inventor of the Heart Punch, former WWF World Heavyweight Champion in action. And then you're also going to get to see Mike Graham, second-generation star, son of Eddie Graham, and the Raging Bull, Manny Fernandez. There's only one place to get it. It's right here, Classic All-Star Wrestling. So let's go to the ring. Don't forget, Bruiser Brody against Wahoo McDaniel.
It's one of the top. It is one fall with a 60-minute custom limit. Presenting from the challenger. He is touching in tonight by the Texas Long Rider. He is from Midland, Texas. He weighs 263 pounds. Chief Wahoo McDaniels. McDaniels.
Now from Santa Fe, New Mexico. Only wrestling with licensed paramedics and emergency ambulance service for his opponent. He is the most dangerous man in professional wrestling today.
I promise, Charlie, Bruiser Brody will take us down right here. Soon as possible. Soon as possible. Well, the announcement you heard there, he wants Bruiser Brody. If Bruiser Brody successfully defends the Texas Cup, he wants to get him right here, Mark, at the earliest possible date. Well, Bruiser Brody's a marked man, Steve. He won the Texas Cup. Oh, look out, it's Brody with a knee in the back of Ayala. They're out here onto the side. They're right into the steel post. Bruiser Brody has thrown the wild boy Ayala into the steel post. Now Brody has a chair. He's going after Ayala. Brody has got another chair. We're over here where Ayala is. Mark, you can see McDaniels got a 2x4. McDaniels got the 2x4. Brody's got the chair. And Yellow's got a forehead covered with blood.
Well, there comes Brody back out. He's putting the boot to the Wild Boy Yellow. Gary Hart got the 2x4 from Wahoo McDaniels. Here's the Texas Long Rider coming behind me. Here's the Wild Boy Yellow right here. Bruiser Brody is coming out onto the table. Bruiser Brody with a big kick. Bruiser Brody. As we pick up the Wild Boy Yellow, you can tell right there from that shot that the Wild Boy Yellow really got a lot of fun. Brody is clearing out.
Bruiser Brody is turning this thing into a battlefield. It certainly can't be described as a wrestling match. The bell is rung. I hope we can stay with the broadcast as long as possible, because let's just say the equipment's in a precarious position right now.
He's just missed the monitor 3 or 4 times. He's just plenty out. I'm telling you, this Bruiser Brody is nuts.
And up in the ring, Wahoo McDaniels, he has a chair. He is patiently waiting. McDaniels, the veteran, who has wrestled stars all over the country, will not be intimidated by Brody's scare tactics.
Here comes Brody right in front of us. There goes that Gary Hart right along with him. Our main cameraman down here, Alex, following him around. Alex is out here on the floor following Bruiser Brody and Gary Hart. Of course, you always heard Gary Hart say, wherever he went, Alex goes along.
Well, 2 more chairs, and Bruiser Brody will have more chairs in the ring than I think we've got here at the Hemisphere. Now Brody's got the 2x4, mounting it on the press table. Hart trying to get Brody under some kind of a control. McDaniel now coming out on the apron. He'll take the bell hammer. Hart and Brody are wrestling for the 2x4, and McDaniel takes the opportunity to knock him over the head with a bell hammer.
They got the bell ringer, and Wahoo McDaniel can sing with anybody. It's really pouring it on. Now, here comes the chair. We can't even get close to where we're supposed to be, Mark, so we might as well just stay back here.
Tomahawk chop by Wahoo McDaniel. Run across the chest. Brody staggering, not down. A 4th one by McDaniel. A 5th one by McDaniel. The Indian is enraged.
Oh, I love the way the Indian throws those big tomahawk chops. And he's got Brody backing away for a moment.
Easily the most devastating tomahawk chop in wrestling. Brody off the rope. That time, McDaniel telegraphed the tomahawk chop. Brody caught him with a boot. And now Brody's back on offense. He's got McDaniel on the rope, stomping away on him. The Long Rider has returned. Off-camera view. And he's got his bullwhip out. And McDaniel in trouble again.
I'd like to see the Long Rider take that bullwhip. Just put it right across the back or the ball head of Gary Hart. Here comes. Well, what a collision.
Well, Brody may be the most impressive athlete for a big man in all of wrestling. You look at a 293-pound man with his power that also possesses the agility and mobility of a junior heavyweight. A second tackle by Brody. And you understand why he is the Texas Cup champion. Why he is, without a doubt, one of the top 5 wrestlers in all of professional wrestling.
You man took the bonnet, Gary Hart. He's bragging about the bonnet. They got the bonnet on the gurney there. There's a big boot, but I don't believe it's, there's that bonnet right on the gurney at ringside they took from Wahoo in Florida.
The Texas 9 10th of the law, Steve. You don't know, you might not know how he got it, but the fact of the matter remains, he's got it. And right now, Wahoo McDaniel's getting a beating. As Brody calls him out, McDaniel retaliates with a forearm chop across the chest. Our second one's got Brody staggering. And these guys spend more time outside the ring than they have inside the ring. They're coming this way again, Steve.
Oh, they're coming this way. It's Wahoo. Go right into the table. Very close to the monitor. Our main man, Alex, trying to get that monitor out of the way. They got it out of the way. Nothing safe here at ringside.
Unfortunately, I don't think we are either, but we'll stick it out. Now the 2 men are trading chops. This is where McDaniel has the advantage. McDaniel goes to the eyes. McDaniel and Brody again exchanging chops. McDaniel snatches the headlock. Brody was in the rope. Check on the rebound. Neither man gaining the advantage. They'll lock up. Go into the rope. And Brody switches him.
No, Gary Hart reached for him and he missed him.
Brody off the rope.
Got Gary Hart. The Long Rider, look at him. He's got Gary Hart. Oh, there's the just come up and guess who it was? I got a quick miss.
Well, I'm going to let you say it. Who'd you think it was?
It was very close. The mouth came out. Where'd he go? I can't find him. crawled into the ring. Hart and McDaniel are both, again, Hart and Brody and McDaniel are both up. Oh, I can't believe, I would have never thought that Ayala could have ever made it back out. Leg drop by Brody, but here's Ayala back on top of him. The Long Rider has his mask back on. Long Rider and Ayala are clearing the ring. Ayala takes Brody. Very Hart catches the forearm. Hart tails out now. McDaniel, the Long Rider, have recovered. Wild Bull Ayala is taking the fury and leaking his fury on both Bruiser